sample, people are gonna come to you, but they're not gonna feel compelled to stay with you. Coach T, what do you mean? You ever been to a mall, right? And then you see the different little restaurants, or you're in a food court and they're giving out the samples. Now, what's the reason that they give out the samples? They give out the samples because they want you to taste it and say, damn, this is good. I want to go and I want to get the full tray. I want to get the full meal. That is how you want to do your advertisements online, because that's going to attract more people to do the call to action you are giving them. What is good? Welcome to another Makeover My Marketing training, where we're going to be looking at the great Lisa Nichols. And we're really going to be going through an advertisement that she has. And specifically, if you've been watching this, we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we will rate this advertisement at the end. Again, this is never in malice. This is always all in love. And this is my take on how to improve the advertisements. And then we're going to give a real raw score at the end. All right. So hope you're excited. Let's go and let's take over this marketing. All right. So we're going to go in. And this is the marketing. This is the, she has a Facebook advertisement campaign on here. All right. And let's look through it from top to bottom. And let's see what we got. Okay. All right. So first thing is she starts off the advertisement with, do you dream of being a motivational speaker, but you're afraid to get out in front of a live audience? So I love that. Right. I like the fact that she started with something that's relevant. Right, so you always want to start your advertisement with some type of hook. Questions are a great way to give a hook. You can use questions. I also like very strong statements. Something like, you've been struggling to become a motivational speaker for years, but you just can't seem to find the right strategy. So you can use something like that, or you could use a statistic. Did you know, 5 out of every 10 motivational speakers never end up getting paid for speaking? Right. I have no idea if that's a real statistic or not, but just in terms of get the example, you want to be able to do that. Okay. So that's very key. I like the fact that she started with that piece there. Then the ad goes into, I thought my knees would fall out from underneath me before I stepped out onto the stage for my first public speech, but I was able to break past my fears by giving myself a little pep talk. That is good. I like the fact that she jumped into basically a very small story to kind of put our audience in, to kind of put her audience in the place of, wow, that's me. I've been nervous when speaking on stage. I've been afraid. I've been, I have fears of getting in front of people and speaking, but I have a message. So that's good, right? It's putting you into the ad. She put, just breathe. I got this. Then I went from failing English in speaking class to becoming one of the most recognized and highly paid motivational speakers in the world. Okay, looking good so far. I think that's dope. Why is that dope? Because when you look at, it's basically going from zero to hero, right? You probably heard of that before, right? Where basically you're sharing what I went from. I went from failing, essentially not even be able to speak good English, or not be able to know the proper English and speaking structures formally, to being one of the most recognized and highly paid motivational speakers in the world. So basically she's saying, if I can do it, going from being terrible at this to being great, then you could do it too. So you want to add that element to your marketing. So when we do these Makeover My Marketing, just realize that, yes, this could be for paid advertisements, but don't get it twisted. This could be for email campaigns you do. This could be for, this could be for anything, right? It can be for obviously email campaigns, but it can be for like your Facebook, your Instagram post. It could be for anything. It could be for trainings, webinars, Zooms, when you go live, when you're on stage. So always keep in mind that when you're sharing certain things, you need to share your story. A lot of times it's from your zero to hero. A lot of times it's, I've been where you're at. And now it's, I've been where you're at to, but this is where I've made it to. And I do the same thing too, right? I always share that I'm from New York City, south side of the Bronx, drinking 40s at the age of 14, hanging with gangbangers. Literally, statistically, I should be dead or in jail. And, I went from that to impacting millions all over the world and, and being very financially well off, right? Just making more at the time of this that you're watching this, maybe further along by the time you watch this, right? But, making multiple six figures, in a year, right? So with that being said, when I'm sharing that for somebody who's like, man, I'm just trying to figure out, how do I get on stages? Or I'm just trying to figure out, how do I get a few coaching clients? Or how do I grow my business? How do I make my first $10,000 or have my first $20,000 a month? And you hear me and you see my story, you'll be like, oh, damn, okay, like I feel like I can do it, right? Because that's my target audience. So, all right, so that's key, right? All right, so let's go back to the ad, right? And, all right, cool. So now, let's go to the next one. So it says, in my free 60-minute online training, I will give you all my behind the black curtain secrets, creating a high impact message, booking more paid speaking engagements, and earning a great living as a professional speaker. Okay. All right. I like it because it tells you exactly what it is. It tells you, I like the behind the black curtain secrets. It's like, well, what is that? Right. So it gives you that curiosity. You always want to have curiosity in your marketing. And creating high impact message, book more paid speaking engagements, earning a great living as a professional speaker. All right, that's cool. And then it says click below and I'll show you how. Now, this is the part where I would give some feedback, right? If I was working with Lisa Nichols, or if I was consulting, or what I would say is, excuse me, you see how so if I would say here, you want to add some bullets. People, if they're going to join a training, they want to know what they're going to get from the training. A high impact message and book more speaking engagements is too generic for somebody to say, oh wow, this is something that I really want to do or be a part of. You get what I'm saying? Like, so people want to know exactly, well, what am I going to learn? So here's some secrets, right? So you might say how to create a high impact message. So you might say how to identify your niche, how to build your speech, or whatever she calls it. I'm sure she has something special for it. So she can use that special name that'll draw in the curiosity. It'll say, how to use proper tonality. How to tell highly impactful and engaging stories, because somebody's going to see that and they're going to say, damn, I've been trying to figure out how to tell great stories. Oh my God, that's what I'm going to learn. And then they're going to register. So you're watering down your marketing when you're not adding in those individual elements or those bullet points of what people can learn specifically. And then when you say book more paid speaking engagements, that's cool, but we hear that all the time. So what you want to use is, you want to say something like, in this example, you want to say, I'm going to show you how to identify the perfect speaking engagement, how to reach out to the decision makers, how to get past the gatekeepers, you feel what I'm saying? You want to be able to make it so specific, because one of those things are gonna touch people. When this is so esoteric, this is kind of esoteric and it's kind of generic, where people will say, okay, I got that book speaking engagements, but that's overused in the marketplace now, and you really want to be specific. So that's what I would do. I would throw some, you can keep this part, but I would throw some bullets under here that have maybe 5 to 7 bullets, and then I would say click below to show you how. So that's cool. I would probably add like a link inside of the actual ad. So, because in an ad, Facebook is not going to penalize you. Like, they'll penalize you in a regular Facebook post if you throw a link in there, but they're not going to penalize you in the ad. So I would throw a link right under there, and so that'll give people a chance to like click directly. All right, so let's see what else we got. We got when you have the tools and proven step-by-step processes to make it as a professional speaker, you no longer have to give your doubts, fears, and worries. Okay, that's cool, right? So that's just kind of giving more support to it. So that's pretty dope. And then preparation is power. Join me now. Okay. All right, cool. So, all right, so that's that. So I mean, it's decent, right? Decent. But that was a big miss. Without those bullets is a big miss. All right, so you want to be able to do that, and let's look at this ad. So the photo is cool, it's good, it's her, so I like it. Become a professional speaker, join my free training. So the challenge is that the graphic is okay, but how many times people say become a professional speaker? Like, it's so generic. Everybody is saying it. Like, we gotta really be more specific. That's one of the biggest things I see people make the mistake. Big and small, you know what I mean? It's like they're not specific enough. So you want to do something that's more specific. But really, to be real, what I would love to see is, I would love to see her potentially speaking and maybe going through some of the bullets, even if it's like a 30 to 60 second. You want to be able to because videos are more engaging, and with video you can actually target people who play the video, so you can add it as part of your retargeting campaign. So I would have done like a 60-second video saying, hey Lisa, go ahead and do some video. Go ahead and do like a 30 to 60-second video really talking about these bullet points and talking about the benefits of the bullet points. Maybe you can teach one of them real quick and then just talk about the benefits of each, or minimum at least talk about the benefits. All right, so I would have loved to see that. So this, okay, free, learn how to book paid speaking engagements. That's cool, not bad. Again, kind of generic. So you want to be able to, you want to be cool with that. I like the motivatingthemasters.com. It's a nice vanity website that you can remember. So that's cool, and then learn more. So, all right. So this is the ad. This is the ad right here. So overall, my thoughts, right? My overall thoughts about this is, I think it's a decent ad. There was two. I like it. I like the fact that she has the question as the opener. I like the fact that she told the short story. I like the fact that that at least she's in the graphic. So those are some good things. Some of the things that I would definitely change, which are like two huge misses, are the bullet points are key. You gotta add bullet points in your advertisements. Like, I even do that if I'm just posting like in my Facebook group or something. So you want to do that. Big miss. And then also using, I would probably use, if I'm gonna use a graphic, I'm gonna use a title that's more compelling, because sometimes there's something that's called banner blindness, where somebody keeps saying the same message over and over and over, they'll ignore it, right? So I would use a video, and then I would talk about the things that's in the video and the bullets, and then, which essentially you could just really just talk about what the copy is in the ad, and then that would have been more engaging. All right. So with that being said, overall decent ad. I'm gonna give the ad a drum roll. I'll give it an 8. I think overall is good. I really like the story aspect of it, so I'm gonna give it an 8. But I'm gonna deduct some points for the bullets, and I'm gonna deduct some points for the. I think the graphic, like with her in it, is dope. I'm not crazy about the title because it's overused. So, within the graphic. But overall, I'll give it an 8. I think it's decent. I think it still gets some folks to click on it and be interested in it. But it just could have been way better with just a few more small tweaks. All right. So with that being said, that concludes Makeover My Marketing. If you like this, if you learned a lot, go ahead and subscribe, like, and just continue to watch these and learn and make some things happen. All right. So I'll see you on the next episode of Makeover My Marketing.